All right, well, we're at the top of the hour, so welcome everybody to the August 2021 Ask Your Guides Live VIP event. Delighted to have all of you here. So it looks like the first person who popped in with a question is Bev. So Bev, if you'd like to unmute yourself and tell me what your question is.
Good morning, everyone. I was just asking if my guides have any directions for me. My goodness, I'm sorry, this Florida heat. Regarding education.
Okay, so do your guides have anything on education? So for Bev, what can you tell her about education? I'm seeing this bright sunburst going on, so that's a very positive sign. It's really bright and it's vibrating. So it's almost beckoning you. So did you have reservations about the education?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
So that's why it's doing that. So it's pulsating, beckoning you, letting you know that this is a very positive choice for you. Does that help, or is there something more you need to know?
No, that helps a lot. Thank you so very much.
You're so welcome. Okay, let's see. Marion, you're up.
Okay, I'll be quick. I'm concerned about a flashlight lantern that I just got a few days ago, which seems to have disappeared out of my apartment, which I share with my cat. And I wouldn't be even concerned, except about 6 months ago, a big red tin of cookies also disappeared from my apartment. And I wondered, you could say it could be my being so old, I'm forgetting things, but other people came and searched my apartment. And now I've searched for this gift of a flashlight, and I'm just wondering if there's a doppelganger or something who's taking things away or moving them.
Okay, well, that's an odd one. So for Marion, can you tell her what's going on with these disappearing items in her apartment? I'm feeling an energy of mischievousness. So what is that about? Is this mischievous of the third dimensional kind? Okay. So it's a person who's doing this, and it's someone that she knows. Yeah. All right. Is it male? So it's someone who's a male who's been in your apartment. Now, are they doing this on purpose? No. That's interesting. Okay. So is this person over the age of 50? No. Okay. So less than 50. How about more than 20? Less than 20, Marion. So what male less than 20 has been in your apartment?
A lot of grandchildren and
Yeah.
great-grandchildren. But I should mention some months ago, a wedding ring of mine that I don't wear because my hands have gotten larger and stays in my jewelry box, ended up in my bathroom in a cup. And at that time, a friend who's a medium said it was my husband was just doing it to just joke around with me. So that's when I began to think, is this something else that's happening? And I should just stop looking, which I've been doing incessantly.
Well, let me ask that question because it could be both things are happening. So the wedding ring getting moved to the bathroom, was that her husband's spirit doing that? I get a no on that, Marion.
Oh, okay.
So was it the same person who took the cookies and the flashlight? Yeah, so it's the same person. So I'm getting like this child energy. So
Okay.
one of the kids may be playing and, not meaning to worry you or anything, but absentmindedly perhaps, or playing.
You mean somebody who's departed? I mean, nobody's in my apartment since COVID.
No, okay. So there's not been any children in your apartment?
just recently some 2 great-grandchildren visiting, but I hadn't received that lantern at that time.
Okay. So, all right, you got to help us here because Marion says there's been no one there to do that.
Right.
So, are you sure that it was this child? I'm still getting a yes. Is there like a superintendent or a maintenance person who has a kid that might have been in your apartment? Is that a possibility?
No.
Okay.
And nobody, nobody's in my apartment that I know of. Yeah.
Mystery. Let me ask again. So you got to help us out here. We're stymied. Tell us what's going on with these items. Where are they going? Are they still in the apartment? Let's ask that about the red flashlight. Is it still in the apartment? No, it's not in the apartment. It's gone. And it was taken by someone.
All right. Well, I did have a plumber come in the other morning, so I could call and find out if it got picked up by mistake. I don't know.
Maybe, but I'm getting, it's not a spirit who's doing this. It's definitely a third dimensional.
Okay.
Very mischievous kind of energy. That's what it feels like.
All right.
So sorry, I couldn't give you more details than that, but that's all they're giving me right now.
Well, I'm going to check with the plumbers. So thank you.
Yeah,
That's still helpful.
Okay. All right, let's see. So for the new people who've popped in, if you have a question, just write question in chat and I'll be taking them in order. You don't have to give me the details in chat. I'll ask you when I get to you. So Raymond, you're up. You've got a question.
Yeah, I have a question about energy.
Okay.
Because you see, at my work office, my energy quickly drains after just a few hours. But when working at my home office, that doesn't happen. So why do I feel such a difference from the office related to the same work at home?
Okay. So for Raymond, what can you tell him about this energy drain at work? So it feels like it's related to somebody in the workplace. So is this a male? It's like energy vampire at work, and I'm getting that it's a female.
Okay.
So is there somebody around that comes to mind that could be a person?
Not particularly, no. Not a special, no.
So Raymond, when we worked together, did I send you the zip up? It's an energy tool to put a force field around you.
I think you did.
Get your zip up. If you haven't been using it, zip up before you go to work. Do it again, maybe every couple of hours if you start to feel something happening. See if that makes a difference.
Okay, thank you.
Because what I'm getting is it's like an energy vampire in your midst. And because you're energetically sensitive, you're noticing it. Other people probably are, just numb to it. They've been around it a long time and really haven't paid attention to it.
Okay, so it's definitely at work. It's not somewhere else. It's you get it it's something at my workplace.
Well,
Definitely.
you ask about your workplace, so that's how I phrase the question.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think it's somewhere else as well?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, for now, try the zip up and see if that makes a difference for you, and then let me know. Okay,
I will try that. Thank you.
awesome. Hey, Marie, what's your question? You're muted. There you go.
So nice to see you.
Likewise.
So today I have a question. Due to my personal health issues, I have a lot of concerns with respect to the vaccination on a personal level, receiving the vaccination, the COVID vaccination. And I was wondering if we could ask my guides today for some direction and to know if this would in fact have any adverse effects for me, given my health concerns.
Okay. So for Marie, would it be a wise choice for her to get the COVID vaccination? I get a no on that, Marie.
Mhm.
Yeah, so your intuition is talking to you. You kind of knew that, right?
Yes, and the problem I have, Deborah, is because we are, as of course, here in Canada, restricted or will be restricted heavily in terms of not being able to go out to restaurants and not being able to do anything other than essential services, and including flights to go see my grandchildren. And so it's with really, really heavy heart that I carry that burden.
Mhm.
And could I ask for any advice that could hold me through this difficult period?
Okay, so what can you share with Marie to help her deal with this situation? I'm hearing hold on to the light. I don't know if that means something to you, but hold on to the light.
Yeah.
So it's like you've already been through so much. Just a little while longer until it's safe. And yeah, it's a sacrifice. I'm facing the same thing because I don't feel it's wise for me to get the vaccine. And that means I won't be able to fly. There will be certain places I can't go. So at some point, there may be a decision that comes up, well, maybe you have to compromise because it's more important to do something different. I don't see that for myself, but you know, that may be what you're facing. It's like, do you take a chance? And then you can do all of the homeopathic things that you know to do to help your body recover if you have to get it. But right now your guides are saying it's just not a wise thing to do.
Yeah.
But so holding on to the light is like, it's that trust and faith, isn't it? That things are going to get
Yeah.
better. We are going to move out of this.
Yes.
It's going to take longer than what we would all like it to.
Yes. And you said something key, that, you know, I am in tune with my intuition and to trust that.
Yeah.
Could I ask one last question as to, will this serve me as well for knowing when, you know, how long to hold off for? Will that be evident to me as well as I, you know, hold on to the light and I go through this difficult time? In a way, it's a time of darkness because it's keeping me away from my loved ones.
Yeah.
And so really it's like, will I know in my heart when that changes, or if it does change from a no to maybe to a yes, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So can Marie trust her intuition to guide her for future decisions about whether or not it's safe? Yeah. I'm feeling it right in my solar plexus, Marie. So they're saying, you know, tune into your solar plexus. You're going to feel it right in your gut if it's okay for you.
Okay.
And, you know, you can always write me and I'll double check for you.
Thank you so much.
You know, wobbly about it. Yeah, you're so welcome. If you haven't already, check out the video that I just uploaded late Thursday. It's Gaia's Rebirth.
I saw both the two recent, the Gaia Rebirth and the other one. Was there anything in particular in the Gaia Rebirth that was highlighted, something that pertains to what we're talking about now? Because
Yeah,
I just listened to it last night and I felt it was general.
it's got a lot packed into it in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It
But
does.
the overall feeling I got from Metatron when that came through is trying to reassure all of us in these chaos, crazy
Yeah.
times that it is going to be okay. There is a plan. It's not,
I know.
you
Yeah.
know, we are moving towards something. And when you think about Gaia going through a rebirth, that's going to feel pretty massive. And we're going to have to find our sea legs to deal with that. So yeah, it's going to be bumpy for a while, but we have been planning and training for this for lifetimes.
Yes. And you know, it's funny, on a global level and even like more expansive like level outside of myself, I'm really confident about this period. I feel that I've wanted to be here and I'm signed up for this, but this being, you know, asked to receive a vaccination that doesn't fit right became really personal all of a sudden. And I didn't have that sort of heightened view that I have about the world and Gaia and helping others. It just, all of a sudden, my world kind of collapsed onto me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it became really personal and I lacked objectivity. So I thank you for giving me back my objectivity.
Yeah, it's one thing to do it, you know, somewhere out there, and this is kind of what I think, but it's when it brings it right home to your door and you've got to decide
Yeah.
what you really believe. And I think that's part of the lesson we're learning here too. It's like, let's fine tune it and figure out what we really do believe and stand for.
Yes, very well said. Thank you,
So
Deborah.
that's an opportunity, isn't it?
It is. Everything is a reflection of our learnings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
right now
Deborah.
it's massive.
It is. It's like never ending.
It'll balance out. We're getting there.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Okay, Annette, you've got a question.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, everybody. Thank you.
Hi.
From the UK. Actually, I can take a lot from the response that you just gave to the, yeah, that was quite interesting, actually, because that answered quite a few things that I've had in my mind, because I'm in a very similar situation that I chose not to, for personal reasons, not to go ahead with the vaccine. And I haven't been too overly concerned about it, but I think there's pressures from outside, if you like, that can put pressures on. But I still feel, as you say, is to go with that instinct and feel what's right for me, which I've done. And I definitely got a massive no. And the question is really, it's because of I've had or gone through, I don't really want to open it up too much, but I've gone through quite a difficult time with my health. And I'm just waiting for a resolve, which seems to be very long coming. And I just wondered if my guides could give me some sort of time really in how long or how much longer it may be before it gets resolved.
For you personally, or
Yes.
the pandemic in general?
No, me personally.
So the present health situation before
Yes.
it gets resolved? Okay.
Yes.
So for Annette, this present health situation that she's dealing with, can you give her a timeline for when it will be resolved? Let's first ask, will it be resolved? I get a yes on that.
Oh, good.
So are we talking years? No, we're talking months, right? Months, okay. So more than 6 months? Somewhere around 8 months, Annette.
Wow.
And I'm feeling it's going to like slowly slither away is what I'm getting, like a snake slithering away. So it's going to be a slow process, almost like draining away.
Right. Okay. Because I've been trapped in a situation which has gone on for quite a while, which is, you know, it's kind of changed my life in a big way, which is making me change direction. But yeah, lately I've been feeling a bit lost and bewildered by it all. You know, I was thinking, goodness, you know, what's going on and why is this happening? Why is it taking so long? And I know because of the situation, and you know, there's lots of wait times and I think I've got to have, that was another question, you know, I've got to have surgery. So will that be okay? Will that, you know, could my guides let me know if everything's going to be okay?
Sure. So for Annette's surgery, is it highly likely there will be a positive outcome? Yeah. A big, strong yes on that.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. So just know with health problems, you guys, that I firmly believe in using any kind of natural means that are helpful. And, you know, homeopathics have been a lifesaver for me for a great many things, including for the virus. You know, when it first came, my husband and I both took a bunch of influenzanum, which is a homeopathic remedy. If you take it before flu season, it builds up your immune system. So it makes you stronger. And then you can take it periodically if you feel you need it. Or if we feel any symptoms at all, we take it again for a few days and just, a reboot. And my husband's an essential worker. He's been with people who have died and who've gotten very sick, and he's been healthy throughout. Now, I can't tell you 100% it was because of the remedies, but that's my belief. So there are tools out there that are available to us, and we can make use of those to feel more comfortable and take care of ourselves. That doesn't mean we have to, toe the party line and do everything that we're being told to do if our intuition or our own experience tells us that it's not. So it's really, as I was talking with Marie about, it's just a time of learning and coming to terms with what you stand for and trying to decide how much you stand for it. I don't know why that is, but apparently that's important to where we're going in this next evolution. So there's probably more that's going to be coming on that in the upcoming messages from Metatron, because I'm feeling it very strongly. So that means that there's more to it for us to understand. Shirley, you've got a question.
Yes, thank you. I also wrote this to you because I didn't know where to type it, so you might see it again.
Okay.
I'm wondering if it's better for me to retire in 2021 or in 2022.
Okay. So for Shirley, would it be an optimal choice to retire in 2021? What about 2022? I get definitely yes on 2021, Shirley.
2021.
2021, yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, that leaves me with a second question.
Okay.
The reason I'm asking is I have the same situation with the vaccine because of a hyperimmune system. I'm concerned with inflammatory response. But in order to go back to university, I have to have the vaccine. If I don't have the vaccine, I can't work. So, question, to find a way to take the vaccine or retire in 2021 or you know what I mean, retire earlier than the end of 2021.
So would it be an optimal choice for Shirley to take the vaccine and continue working? No. So it would be an optimal choice for her to retire early. Yeah. Whatever you can do, because it's about protecting your long-term health. You don't want to retire and then have all of these conditions come up because of complications with what that does to your body. So your own well-being, and you're already feeling that. So you want to honor that. It's important. So Londa, you've got a question. You're muted.
How's that, better?
Better, there you are.
Okay, now I lost my picture, but that's okay. I have a question. I was involved in a relationship with someone who became very ill with brain cancer, and he knew that there would be a point in time that he would no longer be able to communicate with me. So he gave me his best friend's contact information to get any updates from her, which all worked out. She did everything she needed to do. He passed away. She and I spent time together. She took me to the grave for the first time because this is they're both out of state. And 9 months later, we're still friendly and texting, and I get a text message from her aunt, who I had met when I was in town, telling me that she had a cerebral aneurysm explode and would be in contact with me when she can. And time went by, and her aunt was very evasive on giving me updates about how she was doing. She would just write status quo. But I don't know what the status quo was because she never elaborated on exactly what her circumstances were. Just that the family wanted no communication with anyone, so to wait to hear from her. Things have happened that I'm really wondering if this is honestly the truth or if this is the way of her ending our relationship without just standing up to end it. And it's really bothering me.
Okay, what is her name?
And
Anne. Okay. So Londa's friend Anne, is she in the hospital? She is in the hospital. Is she conscious? She's not conscious. So she doesn't know any of this is going on. And it's feeling like not a lot of hope. And that's probably why the family isn't wanting to talk. It's difficult what they're going through.
well,
So she's not trying to brush you off.
okay, because this occurred in April. And in June, I was able to get in touch with her husband when I was visiting the area. And he said, all I got from him is, oh, she's doing well. She's busy with the grandkids, which is what made the whole thing seem odd to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, was it just like a minor thing that happened to her then, and now something's exacerbated? And then there's also a piece of me that wonders, did she have some relationship with him that she's hiding from me? I mean, because I was told by a medium that she specifically has a message from him to give me, and I've received no message. And when she and I were still speaking, I told her of it because I was very open with her. And she said she had no idea what I was talking about. And that's when she began to wax and wane with communication.
Mhm. Well, if he's got a message for you, he can deliver it himself. He doesn't need to go through someone else. So let's ask, were there two events? So for Anne, did she have a second event and that's why she's showing up as unconscious now? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's something else that happened. Yeah, so I'm not feeling any energy like evasiveness or, pushing you away or anything like that. It's almost an empty feeling, like there's not much there.
Should I try to make contact to see how she is? Because I haven't since June, because I just didn't know what to think.
Well, you could send a note and say, thinking about her and you'd love to hear an update and just let it go. And if you don't hear anything, then there's nothing more that you can do.
Mhm.
And, if the family is struggling to deal with this situation, then that's not helpful to keep bothering them, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's feeling like the root of this really, though, Londa, is you're not wanting to let go of this person, the man, because she's the connection to him. So, if you work with mediums, you can go to a medium and get a message directly from him.
Right.
If that would
Right.
make you feel better.
Sure. I mean, but was she ever involved with him at some point that she just doesn't want me to know about? I mean, really,
No, I don't
I'm
feel comfortable.
okay knowing something like that.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
feel
a big
comfortable
deal.
probing into that, Londa, because it's
Oh,
third
okay.
and fourth parties. So it's really not our business. And
Okay.
I would recommend, just for your own peace of mind, stop telling yourself all these negative stories, because you're making up all of this stuff and your mind is going wild and you're piling on more. You could just
Right.
easily write a happy story, that it's exactly what you thought it was, your relationship with him, and that she and you were friends. Write that story, because that'll make you feel better.
Right.
And that's the most important thing. Because, we can put all kinds of thoughts out there about what we think other people are thinking and doing, but it may have no basis in reality. So why not write the ones that work out well for you and make you feel good?
Gotcha. Gotcha. And do you see anything happening in my present relationship?
Happening in what way?
Is it moving forward? Is it getting any better? We're just kind of stuck in a rut right now.
Okay.
I just feel like nothing I can do can make him happy.
Yeah. So for Londa, this present romantic relationship, is this an optimal long-term relationship? No, it's not. No. You're just spinning your wheels. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
So you have to decide, do you want to keep spinning your wheels and wasting time, or maybe you want to look for other options?
Right. And will this be extremely detrimental to my children, do you think? Or I should wait until better timing for them?
Well, it's always about what's best for you, because then by extension, it is best for them, right? So if
Okay.
you continue in a dead end relationship that you're not happy in, that has a detrimental effect on them, just as it is. And role model for them healthy relationships. That's one of the positive things that you can do.
Right.
Being a role model of what a positive relationship looks like, that's a great thing that you can teach your kids. Being in bad relationships just teaches them about bad relationships.
Right. Okay. I think that's pretty much all I needed to know.
Awesome. Okay, Zoran, you have a
Thank you
question?
very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
How are you? Thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I have two questions, and I was wondering if I can ask two, or should I just choose one?
Yeah, we'll make them quick and we'll go through. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. So the first question is regarding this thing that happens to me every now and then when I meditate, where my body goes into some sort of like semi-trance state where my hands start doing things on my body, and my body just convulses and kind of does things on its own, right? If I relax completely and let it happen. But there are no visions, there's nothing happening in the mind that I can sort of use to understand what's happening. I just sort of know that I need to let it happen, and it's a good thing. And what I kind of intuitively think is that it's just some sort of upgrade to my body, and it's something is working on me through my hands and through my body. And I was wondering if my guides could just help me understand what's happening there when this happens, and if there's anything I need to know about this, because it keeps happening on its own. I don't have to do anything to have this happen, but I am now asking myself if there's anything I should know about this. So maybe I can make it happen more often, or something I can do afterwards to make it integrate or something, because there is no knowledge. It's just
Right.
stuff happening.
So when you go into meditation, do you do any kind of a prayer ritual, or what are your intentions when you go into meditation?
Sometimes it's just breath work, and so it's just sort of like trying to move emotions to my body. Sometimes it's just lying down trying to relax, so there's not even any intention there, and so it happens just randomly. There's not some specific thing that I do that makes this happen.
Okay.
And usually it's just with music, so the music helps me really relax and be present.
Mhm.
And then it starts happening, and just sort of I just let it happen. I have no idea what's happening, basically.
Okay. So for Zoran, can you shed some light on what's happening when he goes into meditation and has these body movements? What's that about? I'm seeing this big splash of tomato red.
Mm.
So are you saying that's something about the root chakra? Yeah, something about the root chakra. Do you do a grounding before you go into meditation?
No, but it's something I know I have to introduce more often in my
Yeah,
routine.
that would be good, because they're showing the root chakra to start with. So what else? What's that
Okay.
about? Why the twitches? I keep getting, it's like an entity that's trying to come through you. So here's the thing about that. You don't know who or what it is or why. So if it were me, I would make sure that I did some kind of a prayer ritual.
Mhm.
For me, I go to the Akashic records, because I know that when I'm connected with the records, nothing bad is going to happen. It's all love, truth, and light. So if you were to state your intention or say a little prayer, connect with your records, then go into meditation, do your grounding, you probably will have a better experience. And at least you'll know where the information is coming from. Because, that's when people just channel or they do this stuff and they don't know where it's coming from, there's always that little doubt in the back of your mind. What is this about? And is it safe? So that would be what I would recommend, is find that connection. And if you don't have a ritual that you use, just send me an email and I'll send you an access prayer.
I have your book, so I
Oh,
can.
awesome. Okay.
Okay, so you feel like it's something I should sort of stay away from, right? And not allow this to happen because I have no knowledge of what it is and it doesn't feel
Yeah,
safe,
well,
right?
the
Okay.
fact that you're feeling uncomfortable enough to come here and ask, that's your intuition telling you there's something a little hinky going on. So just for your own peace of mind, if you use the prayer, you set your intention, do that grounding, because they did show the root chakra.
Mhm.
Make sure you're ready before you make the connection. And could be that they're ready to come through in a more powerful way to connect with you. And it just
Okay.
wasn't a good connection. So by doing this, you would be strengthening the connection and making it more likely you would get information.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you think I have time for the other question as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
This one should be quick. So it's a romantic relationship thing that ended a long time ago, a year ago, but it was really strong, really spiritual, and I had thoughts that it might be a twin flame connection, which I don't know exactly what I think about, but I have thoughts that it might have been this. And my problem is that it's just this person I can't get out of my head, right? And I'm really not trying to do anything actively to maintain this idea of, you know, her and I, but it's just she's always in my head, no matter what I do, no matter how much time passes. And so my question is, if my guides can tell me if this is somebody who I should just do everything I can to let go of, or is the fact that I still think of her just a sign that there is a connection and needs to somehow still be maintained in some form?
What's the name?
Lauren.
Lauren. Okay. So for Zoran, is Lauren someone that it would be positive to be involved with? Okay. And he can't get them out of his mind. Is that because there's a past life? Yeah. You've got a past life connection with this person, and that's why they keep coming up for you. But that
Right.
doesn't mean that you have to be involved with them. It just means that it's there. You could, when you go into meditation, you could set your intention that you want to release that connection because you're done with it, if that's true. If
Did
it's
you,
not, pardon?
sorry for interrupting. When you asked if it was a good thing, what answer did you get?
I gotta know.
You don't know, it's a bad thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's done, but it's still there. That resonance is there just because of the past life connection. So that may be enough for you to let it go. Just knowing that, having that peace of mind of understanding where that compulsion came from, sometimes is all you need. And you can say, okay, we've done it. We got together. We had that experience. And now it's time to move on and find more positive relationships.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Debbra.
But if not, you could always do some kind of a ritual to let it clear.
Yeah, I have a list of them
Awesome.
that I
Okay.
tried, but it's really somehow it just keeps staying there. So I need to go at it harder, I guess.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Susan, you've got a question. Susan Cox.
Can you hear me, Deborah?
I hear you. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. Glad you could make it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this meeting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I would like to inquire of my team anything they could tell me about my struggles with insomnia, and if there's anything I should know about it that I don't understand. They know I've tried almost everything, you know, that's available. So is there something, you know, because it disables my life, really.
Yeah.
It's running my life. So I really want to talk to them about it.
Okay. So for Susan, what can you tell her about this insomnia? Is this a three-dimensional physical issue? I get a no on that. Is it an emotional issue? No. I'm getting it's connected to a past life.
Yeah.
So can you shed some light on that? What does that mean? It's kind of freaky, Susan. I'm getting this 4 past lives ago. You were a female. And I'm seeing what looks like a horror movie where every time you try to sleep, you go into night terrors, and it's like there's a boogeyman stalking you, but it's not an imagination. There really is some person stalking you. So it's not safe to sleep.
Oh,
And let's just ask a little more about that. Did this lead to her death? Yeah, it led to your death in that lifetime. So did this person actually kill her? Yeah. I mean, this is ridiculous, Susan, but I know you'll understand. What I'm seeing looks kind of like the Phantom of the Opera with the cape and the creepy face.
yeah.
So an individual like that was stalking you. And it could be that that's an exaggerated picture of what you imagined, that it wasn't exactly like that, but that was how you perceived it. And
Yeah.
the individual did ultimately kill you. And I think he slit your throat. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Sorry. So that left you with fear around sleeping. It's not safe to sleep. Right? And
Yes,
perfect sense.
absolutely.
So can Susan clear this? Is this something that would be easily? Yeah, they're saying it can be easily cleared.
How? How do I clear it?
Send me an email.
Okay,
Let me do some more digging on that.
okay.
So
Wow.
I'm feeling like it's not just a simple clearing, that it needs something a little more powerful.
Yeah,
So let me look into that, and we'll see what we can come up with. And
Okay.
no guarantees, of course, but
right,
worth
right.
a try,
Sure, absolutely.
because it's energy. And so if you can clear that negative energy, that will allow you to calm down and feel like it really is safe to sleep again. Because what are you doing? If you're not sleeping, that will kill you eventually.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
I feel close to death sometimes, it's really hard.
So it's like a repeating pattern, isn't it?
Yes.
Through
Yeah.
the lifetimes, and repeating patterns can be cleared. I know that.
Wow. Wow.
So let's try that.
Okay, I'll definitely email you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Brenda, you're up. Is Brenda still here? There you are. I see you.
Unmuting. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm not used to doing this.
That's okay.
I'd like to know, I've been very, I guess, in a funk and just not wanting to participate too much with other people. Been isolated because of COVID and everything. I'm just wondering if maybe this is time for me to sell my cottage and move somewhere else.
Okay. So for Brenda, would it be a wise choice for her to sell and move? I get a yes on that. Is there more you want to ask?
Have they got any clue of where I should go?
Okay. So is there an optimal choice out there for her to move to? They're saying the sky's the limit, Brenda. Where would it make you happy to move to?
I'm not really sure. You see, I've been kind of stuck here for a long time, and I've been kind of stuck here because I've been doing it for my kids. It's a cottage and they come here and spend time, but it's not working for me anymore. And I have pets, so I have to go somewhere where there's a place for my pets, and I don't know. I just don't know where to go.
Yeah. Well, of course, with the shutdowns everywhere, it's making it a little hard to get out there and look around, but maybe you could do something like places that you think you might like to move to, pick 2 or 3, and just go for a weekend.
Right.
Go for a few days, spend some time in the area, get out and move around as much as you can safely, of course, and see how it feels to you. And I mean that literally. Get out there and feel through your solar plexus. Just breathe the air, feel through your body. Does this feel like a place where I would be safe and happy? Let
Right.
your body speak to you, because our bodies were designed to do that, to be these input machines, to gather that information so that we could make the best choices for ourselves.
Right. Right. Could I ask another question?
Sure.
I have somebody who was in my life too that I can't seem to get out of my mind, even though I know it's probably not worthwhile. His name is Rick.
Okay.
Could you tell me about him?
Yeah. So for Brenda, her friend Rick, what can you tell us about him? Did they have a past life connection? No, you did not have a past life connection with him.
Okay.
So what's going on? Why can't she get him out of her head? It feels like there's just kind of a magnetic pull, like there's something energetically about him that just resonates so deeply with you. So maybe
Yes.
it's similar to someone that you had resonated with previously. And it's that echo. Yeah, I'm getting echo. It's like an echo of something that was really good, and it's close enough that it just feels like you want to latch onto that again.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it just keeps reverberating, because it's an echo. Okay.
Okay. But he's not the one.
Did you want me to ask that, or do you know that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Rick, would Rick be an optimal long-term partner for Brenda? I get a yes. He could be. Not the,
Really?
not the only one, but he could be. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay.
Larry, I see you have your hand up. Did you put question in chat? Because you need to do that. I don't see the hands, so I just happened to notice yours. Nicole, you're up. What would your guides like to share? Okay. So for Nicole, what do you want to share with her today? I'm hearing yummy, Nicole. And it's like yummy, like oatmeal yummy, if that makes sense. It's like that really warm, satiated feeling in your tummy after you have oatmeal, if you get that feeling, of course. But it's that kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling. So can you elaborate on that? Yeah, the sun is shining on you. You're lifting up your face and the sun is just shining. It's warm. You're absorbing the warmth. You're in that beingness state that is just so
good.
beautiful. Yeah, it's just, you're glowing with this beingness. And
That makes, sorry, go on.
yeah, go ahead.
That was really my biggest question was, you know, so many changes happening internally. Am I allowing and growing, or am I stuck and fearful? And I feel like I'm probably growing, but everything is so slow. Like meditations are so completely different. And I know that's happening right now. But, you know, I just wanted to check in to see, am I still on the right path? Is there something that would be helpful to me to change, to do every day, to keep me on that path, or that would be better, or something I haven't considered perhaps, because I know things are changing.
Yeah, they're saying stop second guessing yourself, because there you are being in the sun. You got that yummy feeling in your tummy. What more do you want, Nicole?
What more do you want? That's right. That's awesome. But I do have a very quick question, which is, I am wondering if it is in my best interest to rent an office space outside of my house.
Okay. Would it be a wise choice for Nicole to rent an office space outside of her house? That's a neither yes nor no. It's a maybe.
Gotcha.
So it depends on the situation.
Gotcha. And a third question is, I would like to become a more clear channel, but I feel like I'm holding myself back. I feel like there's something that I'm not quite sure how to navigate. Maybe they can shed some light, but I have been hearing song lyrics that I don't normally hear, and I'm wondering, I mean, I'm pretty sure is some kind of communication, but I guess I don't really have a question. I'm just wondering if they have some guidance on becoming a more clear channel, because I feel like I'm blocking myself.
Okay. So what can you share with Nicole about being a clear channel? Yeah, trust the process, baby. That's what they're saying. Keep going, because you're on this really positive trajectory. It takes time because it's building that trust muscle.
Yeah.
So, okay. When you're in meditation, or even if you're just connecting and talking, whatever you get, trust that it's from them. Don't second guess it, because it can feel like it's from your ego. But when your intention is to be connected and to get information, they're communicating with you. And sometimes what they say is outlandish. And you second guess it and think, oh my gosh, you couldn't possibly have said that. So ask them, did you really say that? You know, I do that sometimes because it's like, you couldn't possibly have said that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And yet it does. And they're trying to communicate in the clearest fashion that they can. You know, they will use things you can relate to, so you'll understand what they're trying to say, because very rarely do they come straight out and tell you something,
Right.
because that interferes with your free will. So they
Right.
do it in this roundabout, weird, wacky fashion. And it's fun. So have
It is.
fun with it. You know, don't take it as seriously maybe as you have been. Lighten up, and that will allow more to come through. But
Perfect.
you're doing great.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And also know, Nicole, that this fourth dimensional shift of Earth is impacting your process as well. That's
Oh, no, no doubt. No doubt. But you know, since I had you for a minute, I wanted to just check in real quick and make sure. Thank you.
It's always good to ask. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you've got a question.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
So the last couple of years have been a lot of changes, and I've had a lot of food intolerances come to the surface, and most recently is a sulfite intolerance, which is in everything. So I've done a lot of the 3D, fixes, but it feels like I just keep adding like more and more vitamins. So I'm wondering if there's anything my guides can tell me, or anything energetically contributing to this.
Okay. So for Jennifer, what can you tell her about this sulfite intolerance and her struggle? It's feeling like it's really deep in the tissues. So have you done detoxes? I presume you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's feeling like it's going to take a prolonged period of detoxing, because what they're showing me is it's like it's so deeply embedded that it just needs more time to come out. So what else can you tell her about that? Anything specific that she can do? Time and patience is what I'm hearing, and keep moving forward. Also, it's an adjustment in your belief and your attitude. This doesn't make any sense, Jennifer. I hope it will to you, but it almost feels like there's something deep inside of you that's holding on to it with white knuckle energy. So there's some connection to it. Is this past life? Okay, it's something past life. That's why I'm feeling that deep holding on to it. So what can you tell us about that? Okay, this is really crazy, but you know what I just told Nicole? You got to go with the crazy. I'm seeing you like drowning in a vat of wine. Okay, is that true? Did she really drown in a vat of wine? Yeah, it was an accident. Okay, so when did this happen? Getting like 6 lifetimes ago. And was that a female? Yeah, female incarnation. Yeah, I'm seeing you, you're working at one of these places where they stomp the grapes and all that stuff. And somehow you toppled into this vat of wine and drowned. And so if you can imagine, as you're dying, that's being absorbed very deeply into your tissues, isn't it? Okay, all the pieces are starting to come together. So yeah. All right, is this something she can easily clear? Yeah. So you've been approaching it from outside in, kind of, and they're wanting you to do that inside out purging.
Okay.
So
And I do clearing in the Akashic records and stuff, so that's something that I can do within the records.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You probably got some kind of clearing that you use. So when you specifically call on 6 past lifetimes ago and the trauma of the death, even though it sounds outrageous and crazy, just go with it.
I am Italian, so hey. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Deborah.
Give it a shot. Let me know how it goes.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Janny, hey, great to have you here. You're muted.
There we go.
Awesome.
Okay. I have two questions.
Okay.
One is I pursued the health treatment for my husband for his neuropathy, and they're in the process of having to clear that with his hematologist. And so I'm wondering if, number one, if the hematologist will clear having this electromagnetic treatment, and if it will work, if it will help him.
Okay. So it's an electron, what call it? Tell
I
me.
think it's electromagnetic frequency. I'm not sure exactly what it's called.
Well, that's good. No, that's what you're calling it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the electromagnetic frequency treatment for Janny's husband, is it highly likely that it will be successful in treating his condition? I get a yes on that. So is it highly likely the hematologist will clear him to get the treatment? That's not so certain. It's like he's going to wobble on that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you know, if they're saying that that's a good treatment for him, so whatever you got to do
To go for it. Okay. And then my other question was just, is there anything that my guides would like for me to know about moving forward with my spiritual growth?
Okay. So what can you share with Janny about moving forward on her spiritual path? Okay, I'm hearing Rock of Ages. I don't know if that means anything to you.
Well, I know the hymn.
Okay. All right. So what about Rock of Ages? It's just a very warm, nurturing feeling that comes with it, and faith and trust. So it's all bundled into this really beautiful package tied with a bow, which is, to me, feels like they're saying you're on the right path, keep going. And they are with you every step of the way.
Okay. That's kind of how I feel. So
yeah. So look up the lyrics to that song and see if there's a message buried there. There might be
in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually if it's a specific song like that, there's
something more in there. Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing I want to share with you is that if you haven't already looked into it, check into Hypericum. It's a homeopathic for nerves, and it does amazing things for people with neuropathies.
So Hypericum, so HY.
Let me type it for you. And it's usually called Hypericum perforatum.
Okay.
Oops, hang on. It needs to go to you. There we go. Oh, autocorrect strikes again. Change it over to perforated. We don't want that.
Okay.
So, Hypericum perforatum.
Perforatum. Thank you.
And you can email me offline. I can give you more details about it, but you'd want to get it in a 200 or higher potency, because all the stuff I did with homeopathics, when I used the 30C, which seemed to be like a standard, I wasn't getting results. But when I upped it to 200 or even 1M or 10M, definitely got results. And that one is so great for any kind of nerve pain, like toothache pain. And, you know, even fibromyalgia helps with that kind of stuff. So
great.
It doesn't interact with medication. That's why I think of it, because he's probably on other meds.
Okay.
But that could
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good day.
You too.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine.
Great. Hi. Thank you. Could I ask my guides if I still have any past life blocks to connect into my intuition more clearly? And if so, how can I clear it? How can I resolve it?
Okay. So, Karen, are there any past life blocks that are preventing her from connecting with you? I get a big yes on that. Okay, so can you elaborate? What's that about? I'm getting this really, it's kind of a vague, it's not real clear, Karen, but the sense I get of it, because it's almost a dreamlike quality, is I can feel it gagging in my throat, like choking, and I can feel like this burning in my stomach. It feels like you had a lifetime where things were really bad and you took poison. And that left you with the feeling that you couldn't trust your team, which is why, you know, you took that action. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that does.
So let me just ask them, are you saying that she took her life because she didn't trust? Yeah, okay. It feels like you were doing some kind of healing work or, you know, in that line, and something devastating happened which caused you to lose faith, and devastating enough for you to decide you were done with that lifetime. Of course,
Yeah.
that leaves a deep resonance.
Yeah, that definitely resonates. So
I feel it in my throat, like I want to throw up. It's really toxic.
right, okay. That's interesting. So how can I clear that, or can they help me clear that?
Yeah, you can connect with your guides and just write whatever you feel or speak whatever you feel. Ask them to help you release it in this lifetime and in all lifetimes. Be clear of it. And if you're having trouble with that, then just let me know and I can help you.
Okay, thank you. Can I just ask a quick question? Am I have a sense that I'm receiving false guidance. Now, I don't know if that's me lacking in trust or whether it's to do with this feeling blocked. And if, you know, if that's the case, then it's not very helpful if I'm trying to sort of, you know, get answers to improve.
Yeah. So is Karen actually receiving? Yeah, they're saying you're receiving. But remember, you've got this lack of trust based upon that past life. So that's pretty deep. But if you do the clearing with all of the energy and intention that you can bring forward to that situation, then that will clear some space for you to feel like breathing room and better connection. Mostly it's going to be a battle with you learning to trust. So as I said earlier to somebody else, when you make the connection, use a prayer or something to be sure that you really are solidly connected. When you're connected, trust whatever you get, because that's your intention. Don't discount it, even if it sounds crazy, because you heard some crazy stuff here today. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, when we get these crazy stories, are they literal? We don't know. Maybe it's a metaphorical thing, but whatever it is, as long as we get the gist of the message and we are able to get past whatever that block is, doesn't really matter if it's, you know, specifically detailed and accurate or not. What matters is that we got the gist of it and that we did something with it. So I just take it on faith and go with it, no matter how nutty it sounds. You know, there's been so many opportunities and examples where it's been true. And, you know, people report back that, yeah, that did fix the problem. Like there was somebody here last month who asked about her diet and I got glyphosates. I don't know. But then she reported back to me a while ago that indeed she found something in her diet that had glyphosates. She's eliminating that now and feeling better. The inflammation is going down. So you get responses like that. And then it's like, okay, I better trust what I'm getting, even if it sounds crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So more trust in what you're getting, because you are connected.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Gina, are you back?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I stepped to the restroom for just that moment. And of course, that's when you tailed me.
Of course, right?
Of course.
Okay.
I was curious if you saw that I would be financially viable to be able to move out before the end of the year of this residence I have.
Okay. So for Gina, is it highly likely she will be financially stable enough to move by the end of the year? Oh yeah, I got a big yes before I finish the question, Gina.
Woo, 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 woo. Thank you very, very, very much.
Is that all?
That was my, well, okay. I'll take one other small little thing. So I've been working on blocks and digging them out by the roots. Do you see that my path is been greatly cleared, or there's still a lot more to do?
Okay. So with all the clearing Gina has done, is she getting near the end? They're saying, well, the end of this batch. because there's always layers, right? So
Of
the end
course.
of this batch, you'll move up to the next plateau, and then as you get ready, there'll be more in the future. But for right now, yeah, making
So
great.
no impediment to my further progress at this point. That's good.
Okay. Is there any impediment to her further progress at this moment? Yeah, of course, there's always stuff, but
Yeah.
you are moving through it. You're processing. So you're doing it well, and just keep doing that.
Thank you so very, very much. I appreciate you.
Okay, Adelina. Hey there. Is Adelina still here?
Hello.
There you
Yeah,
are.
just trying to reach the mute button. So I've got a couple of questions. One is this year, when it was New Year's Eve, I kind of felt like the intention I should have is to connect with angels more.
Okay.
And so I'm just wondering if there are any specific archangels or ascended masters that would be best for me to try to connect with.
Okay. So for Adelina, are there any specific archangels or ascended masters that it would be wise for her to connect with? They're saying whoever you want to connect with. You know, you can call on them, because remember, they're here to serve us. So if there's one you particularly feel drawn to, call them. Or better yet, and this is what they prefer, just come being open to whomever wants to help you, because, you know, they don't have an ego like we do. So it's not like they want to get credit for helping you. They're happy to work as a collective, because they do anyway. It's always the collective working on your behalf. So they're helping you. Just call, know that they will come. But if there's someone specifically that you feel drawn to, then call them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. That's
Welcome.
that's useful. And the other thing is, well, I feel like I'm hearing voices, and I don't know if these voices are actual messages or if it's just my own thoughts. So yeah, maybe I am second guessing or doubting myself, but would love some confirmation on that.
So for Adelina, the voices that she's hearing. Oh yeah, they're embracing you. I'm feeling them just, you know, holding you and trying to let you know that it's okay. You can trust that they are there. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, as long as the voices are talking about positive, uplifting things, it's your guides.
Well, it's more like, for example, even today, I wanted to type in the chat, but to say that I've got a message, but I felt a pull to not type in the chat at that moment in time and to wait. So maybe if you don't mind, could you ask, was that a sign from them, or was that just you know, fear thoughts?
Telling you to wait?
Yes.
Okay. So for Adelina, telling her to wait, was that from you? Yeah.
Okay.
You were tuned in.
Thank you, because that's helpful, because I go by the feeling rather than the actual thought. So.
Yeah, more of that, because your body is, you know, it's this big sensory machine, really, right? And when you tune in and you listen to those things, you'll get more.
Okay, I actually joined this call, you know, with the intention set to ask another question, something completely different, which is about my career. Okay. But I felt like I had to ask this first, and now I feel like now that I've asked this, I'm being encouraged to ask the other thing as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's about my job and about moving back to England, because I'm currently in Romania with my family, and I've got a loving relationship here, and going back means, you know, not happy times. And so I'm just wondering if it would be optimal for me to go back, but then return to Romania, or stay here. Yeah, just about which location would be optimum.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm hearing before we even ask the question is what would make you happiest? Because that's always the right answer.
Hmm.
Where would you be happiest? Because you're sounding like London's not really a great choice for you.
That's true, but neither is
So,
Romania.
which is the one that would make you feel the best? That's how you know. But let me ask. So for Adelina, would it be an optimal choice to go to London and then come back? What about staying in Romania? So I get kind of an on the London. They're not going to say yes or no because you get to choose. But Romania is a definite yes, that's a good choice for you.
Okay.
I'm not to do that.
And is it a good choice right now? Like now, this year?
To stay for this year?
Yeah.
Okay. So would it be optimal to stay in Romania for this year? Yeah. Strong yes.
Okay. Okay, great. And
But you know, things can change. So listen to your intuition, what feels best. Give yourself permission to choose you first, because then you always make better choices.
Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. So you guys, I'm sorry. My chat had skipped ahead, so I got out of order on the questions. So if you noticed I missed you, that's the reason. So I'm going back now. I think Rebecca was the next one up that I missed. Question for yourself and your mom.
Hello, how are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. First, I wanted to thank you again for the 21 days challenge because I really felt great. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're welcome.
Yeah. So first, I've got one question for my mom, and then I'll ask one for me if it's okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So it's about our relationship. She's asking if there is kind of past life connection to about us, because she doesn't really feel comfortable sometimes in some situation with me. Is it? Do you understand or?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. Is there a
Thank you.
past life relationship between Rebecca and her mother? I get a no on that, Rebecca.
Ah no. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, fine, thank you. T'as d'autres choses à demander ou pas?
C'est pour le chat qu'on avait demandé.
Okay. And our cat left like 1 month ago, and we wanted to know if he's still here or if he will come back one day.
What's the cat's name?
Luba.
Yuga?
Luba.
Luba.
Liuba. Luba.
Luba. Okay, that's close enough. So,
thank you.
Luba. Is it highly likely that he will return? Is he still present in this third dimension? Okay, he's still alive.
Oh, I don't go before.
He's still alive. Is he with someone else? Yeah. Was he wearing a collar? Was he wearing a collar?
Wearing a collar?
Did he have a collar?
No.
Oh, okay.
Incroyable.
Yeah, I'm feeling like someone took him in, so he can't come back because he's inside.
Okay.
So if he ever gets the opportunity to get out, then he might come back, but it doesn't feel very likely.
Okay, but he's still alive, so it's fine. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I feel his energy is still on this side of the veil.
Okay, great. And so I've got one question for me. On July, I asked you if it was what was the best month to go to Canada. You told me it was on November, but since I didn't get any more clue about it. So does my guides have anything to tell me about it? Because I don't know where it's optimal to go in Canada, or what amount of money I need to have before to leave. Like, can I get just one more clue about this
Sure.
Canada thing?
Yeah, and know that it could change because, you know, Canada could be locked down, you couldn't get in
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
So that's going back and forth. We don't really know at this point, but we'll do
Okay.
the best we can. So for Rebecca, is it still optimal to go to Canada in November? I still get a yes on that.
Okay.
Of course, providing, you know, that you're able to.
Okay.
That's just a really good time, probably for many reasons, but they're still honing in on November.
Okay, but can I have just one more clue about like what I should do there, or like where I should go, like the best, like in countryside or in the city, because I don't get anything more precise. Just Canada. I still get signs and everything about Canada, but nothing more detailed. So yeah.
So for Rebecca, would it be optimal for her to go to a city in Canada? I get a no on that. So somewhere in the countryside. Yeah, I'm feeling like wide open spaces are going to be more comfortable for you.
Okay.
But as far as where do you want to go? Because they're not
But
going
I
to
don't know.
you know, it's like you need to do some research.
Yeah, of course.
See what resonates with you. You know, what are you drawn to? Because you've got good intuition, Rebecca.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it okay to just my mom just had a new question to come? Yeah,
Okay.
to ask. C'est quoi?
Yeah, quickly, because we're running out of time here.
Okay, okay.
Alors, oui, vite. Madame Rambaud, est-ce que je m'occupe d'une personne âgée qui s'appelle Madame
Oui, oui,
Rambaud? Elle va mourir. Si elle va mourir rapidement, je vais chercher du travail avant ou attendre qu'elle
Okay.
meure.
My mom works with an old lady, and it's kind of weird to ask, does she need to find a job before her dying, or just she needs to wait the end of her life and then she will find a new job?
What's your mom's name?
Christine.
Christina. Okay, so for Christina, would it be optimal to find a new job before her present client passes on? And what about waiting until after? Yeah, definite yes on doing before.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Okay, Rachel, you still here?
I am. Hello. Hi. Yeah, I saw Rebecca's name and she was behind me. I'm like, wait, did you miss me? No, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm really, really happy. I am having 3 small yes and no questions. So, because I know it's very busy today, and thank you for all of your responses. So, first of all, I met a guy. Remember, we talked about since the beginning of the year that I was going to meet my soulmate. I met him only once, and we've been messaging since. And I'm just really hesitant. Like, is he the one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need more details, or
just tell me his first name?
Rosario.
What is that?
Yeah, Rosario.
Rosario. Okay.
Yeah.
So for Rachel, is Rosario an optimal long-term partner? No, he's just for fun and games. He's not long-term.
Yeah, my intuition was right. Okay, good. Okay, and then the next small thing is my YouTube, as usual. Is it still? Yeah, I don't know how to ask the question. You said it was going to break through before the end of the year for sure. Are we still on track with that?
Okay, so Rachel's YouTube channel, is there a breakthrough still coming by the end of the year? It's moved into kind of a maybe now. So there's some variables at play. Could go either way.
Should I focus on more travel topics, digital nomad topics?
Okay, so would it be optimal to focus on more digital nomad topics? I get a yes on that. Does that
mean
good?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, I know I have to change my topic and I don't know what topic. So I'm kind of, I really feel in my intuition I have to change the topic from career, but it's still all about quitting your 9 to 5. So I can't really change that. I still have to be on the quitting 9 to 5. Maybe that's a yes or no question.
Okay. So for Rachel, is it optimal to continue the quitting the 9 to 5? Yeah, but it's like I'm feeling them intertwined, Rachel.
Yeah.
a lot of people who want to quit are interested in doing the nomad life. But here's the thing that's coming up is that, you know, you're still fighting against this pandemic, and who would have guessed that we'd still be doing that now? So that's a factor for people who want to be digital nomads, because a lot of places are closed. You got the whole, you know, vaccine passport thing going on, and there's a lot of variables. So that's probably what's causing the change from yes on the break through the end of the year until, you know, maybe a little longer, because that's all uncertain right now.
Okay, that brings me to a very short about YouTube. That's really interesting. So is it optimal for me to focus on the escape 9 to 5 to become a digital nomad, or to become an entrepreneur?
Okay. So for Rachel, is it optimal to do escape 9 to 5 and become a digital nomad? And what about escape 9 to 5, be an entrepreneur? No, the nomad one is yes. The other one's no.
Oh, that's really that. Oh my gosh, I just came up with that question. That's so helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the final yes or optimal is it optimal for me to still focus on group coaching clients?
Okay. Group coaching, is that an optimal choice for Rachel? Yeah, that continues to be a big yes.
Okay, then I have to continue that and then switch a little bit to focus on the digital nomad. That's really interesting because I haven't done that. So that might be really good. And I'm still traveling, so it is possible. So everyone there who was talking today about traveling and moving, and I'm still, you know, I came back from Italy, I went to Belgium, I'm in Amsterdam now, I'll go to France. So it's still possible. I mean, yes, it's not easy, but it's the mindset as well, right, Deborah?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay, so number 264547. You want to know if you should travel to Guatemala in November? And if so, how will it benefit? Oh, it's Natalia. Okay. Will it benefit you? Okay. So for Natalia, traveling to Guatemala in November, is that an optimal choice? That's coming up as a big maybe, Natalia, not a yes or no, and probably because of the same reasons we just talked about with Rachel. And is it part of your soul purpose to travel to Guatemala? I get a big yes on that. So there's something pulling you to Guatemala, obviously, and it's a very positive choice for you. And then, oh, I see the second one. Okay. Is there a good man coming into your life? So is there a highly optimal long-term relationship in the near future for Natalia? Okay. Are we talking less than 6 months? Okay. Less than 3. So around 3 months, Natalia.
Oh, okay.
Or a good option to come into your life.
Oh, okay then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Someone named, would the person's name be Robert by any chance?
Robert. Okay. Is Robert an optimal choice for a long-term relationship for Natalia? Yeah, he's a good choice.
Okay. And should I move to South Carolina?
Okay. Would it be an
within the year?
optimal choice for Natalia to move to South Carolina? That's kind of in between, neither yes nor no. So a lot of it depends on changing events and how you feel about it.
Okay, fine. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So Shirley, you said you got booted out because of a bad connection. You didn't hear the answer?
No, I didn't hang up on you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It just
remind me what the question was, because I've forgotten at this point.
I asked if I should retire in 2021, 2022.
Right, and I got 2021.
Will I be financially okay to retire in 2021?
So if she retires early, is it highly likely that she'll be able to financially manage that? Yeah, it's feeling like inquire into opportunities like those golden parachutes, early retirement packages kind of thing. See what's available.
Nothing's available.
Nothing. Okay. Because it's feeling like there's something there. Maybe it's Maybe it's something where you can work from home. There's an opportunity though. I'm feeling that it's like, it's not just stop working, no income.
Okay, so don't stay just for the money.
Right. There will be other opportunities. Pursue those other opportunities because your body is saying it's not an optimal choice to have the vaccine.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you very much, Deborah.
You're welcome. Okay, Larry, we're finally up to you.
Yay.
Hey.
Well, I'm going through all kinds of stuff, but I guess this is a two-part question. We're looking for a house because we're forced out of here by the end of the month. So I'd like to know where I'm going to be living, and also if I'm going to have any business with the guy I'm moving in with, my business partner.
Okay. So do you have any options about where to move to so I can ask for choices? Because if I just say where.
Well, I know it's going to be in Pennsylvania. One of the places was Codeville, because there we can make money on a house and afford it, but it doesn't have to be there.
So that's one of the choices. What are the other choices?
I don't know, up north somewhere. Levittown, maybe, I don't know.
Well, let me try Coatesville first. So would it be an optimal choice for Larry to move to Coatesville? Yeah, that one comes up as a yes. What about Levittown? That's a no.
Okay.
And so what about moving in with his partner? Is that an optimal choice?
I'm moving in with him and his wife, yeah.
Yeah, I get a yes on that. It's at least a good short-term answer.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because finances are very important to both of us. For my goals going forward. And where I'm at right now, I'm just surviving. So money's very important.
Yeah, so it's a good choice to move in together.
Okay. And do you see anything for, I was going to say my love life, but travel maybe?
Okay.
Or meeting somebody?
Would it be an optimal choice for Larry to travel and hope to meet somebody? Yeah, as long as travel feels good to you and it's safe, that's a good choice. And it does get your energy moving, so it brings more opportunities into your life. So it's a good thing if you can.
Because right now all I'm getting is a lot of letters from foreign people, foreign women, basically. And I don't even know. I don't even know who to choose unless I meet them, you know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So the letters that Larry's receiving, are there any optimal choices among those women? Yeah, there are some that could be good choices, Larry. It's just a matter of you're figuring out what you want. Because if you're just open and saying, I want a woman, the universe can't really help a lot with that. You've got to be a little more specific.
No, I mean, that shares my interest.
Yeah, okay, so go through.
And I put it out there to them, you know.
Yeah. So you just need to talk to them and connect. That's something that you need a connection for to make the best choice.
So keep pursuing it, you're saying? There's nobody definite, just, you know.
I'm getting that there's probably more than one that could be a good partner for you, but you won't know until you connect with them, talk, see if you're on the same wavelength. And remember, tune into your solar plexus. Which one feels the best energetically?
Oh, that's tough because there's a few I really like, and without meeting them, I don't have the benefit of finding out if I have chemistry with them, you know, and that's important in a relationship.
Okay, so if that's important, then you find a way to meet them.
Okay.
Don't let that stop you.
It takes a lot of money to travel international. That's why that's why I got to make money. I got to make money. So, okay, I guess that answers most of my questions. Of course, I have more, but you don't have time. So, yeah, that's good.
Awesome.
Thank you. Dear. Bye.
Bye. Laura. Moving to a Caribbean country? Where did that come from? That's new.
It's been, at first I thought, moving to Vancouver to be by the ocean. And I thought, and it's just coming back to me over and over again. Why not go south where you always like, and that's like, I'm drawn to an ocean. I have to go. So, I mean, I keep saying yes, it's ideal, but I'm I'm looking outward for your confirmation, because I don't know if that's something I really want to, because I'm, upset with the political environment, and it's like asking if I'm going to win a lottery ticket. Of course, it's going to tell me yes.
Sure.
So I'm wondering, first of all, is that ideal for me to move to, where I will be? I think I'll have more inspiration. I'll be able to write and do my own thing. So
Okay, well, let's ask. So for Laura, would it be an optimal choice to move to a Caribbean country? I get a huge yes on that, Laura.
oh my gosh. Okay. And can I ask then, would if Antigua or St. Kitts Nevis would be ideal between those two? And if it would be within the next year?
Okay, so would Antigua be the most optimal choice? And what about Kitts St. Nevis? I get a no on that, but a yes on Antigua.
Okay, thank you.
And would it be optimal to go, you said by the end of the year?
Yes, yes. Oh, no, not the end of this, within a year.
Okay, so would it be an optimal choice to move within a year? I'm getting a yes, as long as that feels right to you, because it's like there should be some wiggle room there, because it's a huge transition.
Yeah, so I'm working on this like a short-term plan goal.
Are you going to take a trip and visit before you decide to move?
Of course. It's an excuse for a vacation. Yeah. Okay, and because with movement and the and the vaccines, because of the passports, Canada is even going to be imposing even vaccine passports even for domestic travel, never mind international. I've been holding out, and so could you ask the one that I have felt I could be, would be better for my body, is the Johnson & Johnson. Can you ask if the Johnson & Johnson vaccine would be ideal for my body?
Okay. So for Laura, would the Johnson & Johnson vaccine be the optimal choice for her body? No.
With the Novavax?
What about Novavax? Would that be an optimal? Oh yeah, that's better.
Okay, thank you. It's not out yet, but.
Yeah. Well, I have to give you the caveat, Laura. I have a personal bias against Johnson & Johnson because, they had arsenic in baby powder for years.
Yes.
Trust them after that. So take that answer with a grain of salt. I could have influenced it, folks.
Okay.
But I did no on that.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, take care. This is wonderful.
Yeah. Glad you could come. Exciting news. I'm waiting to hear more about that. Debbie, you're up.
Hello, let me turn off the TV. There we go. Hello, how are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Just fine. We're not getting hay. We were gonna.
Wow.
I guess my question is, is it optimal for us to plan on moving in a year or two or three? And when and where would we move to?
Would it be an optimal choice for Debbie and Dan to move from their present location? Yes. Big yes. Okay. So
Then when and where? Yeah.
Okay, so more than a year? More than 2 years? No. 18 months? 18 months isn't optimal. So like 18 months and to another state? Yeah, to another state. So what are you considering?
Oh, we were just talking about Wisconsin near a lake.
Okay. Is Wisconsin an optimal choice? Yeah, that feels really good. And you said near a lake, so that's cool. Yeah, go for the lake. Why not?
Yeah, near water. We want to be closer to water than we are now. And we both do. The other one was somewhere in Illinois, but I haven't found anything there.
Okay, what about Illinois? No.
Good. I'm glad, because that didn't feel right to me either. Wisconsin felt right. Now, should it be southern Wisconsin? Where should I hone in?
So Wisconsin, let's make it into 4 quarters. So north Wisconsin? No. East? No. South? South is a yes. What about west? Would west work? No. So south Wisconsin.
Southeast or southwest? Probably southwest.
Southeast, would that be optimal? No. Southwest, that's better. Yeah. What about straight south? Yeah, so south or southwest. In that
Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you. In 18 months. All right. I better get packing. Literally.
So let me ask you, I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. Are you considering downsizing your herd to make your life easier?
Well, we have downsized our herd. We're at 4 at the moment.
Oh, you
So
only okay.
we only have 4. So yes, we have downsized.
Good.
And our dogs will naturally downsize too.
Yeah. I just keep thinking you are sabotaging yourself because you keep bringing in more horses, and then it's more responsibility and more work, and you know, it's a vicious cycle. So yeah, going down is good.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody that I can rehome at this point. They would probably need to cross over. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah, good question. And I agree. But not right now. We went from 6 to 4. 4 is good.
That's good. Yeah. I went from 7 to 2. So
Yeah. You know, and 2 would be a nice number, and also, you know, but
actually,
not right now.
If you're only going to take 1 out at a time, you need 3.
Exactly. So what's 4? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. And then if you take 2 at a time, you need 4.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, and then I guess the other question, you know, the question that in the group has been about the building and the money that we invested in that building as a deposit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I should still pursue trying to get that back or let it go.
Okay, so would it be a wise choice for Debbie to pursue a refund of her deposit on the building? I get a big yes. I mean, really big yes on that, Debbie. It's like, you know, they need to return that money.
Okay. I think so too. I just have to come up with the right words. And I think I woke up with them this morning. So
great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Have a great Saturday.
You too.
Talk to you in a month or online. Bye.
Yes, bye. Catherine, you got a question? Catherine, are you still here?
Yes, sorry, hello.
Hey,
can you hear me?
go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, hi. I'm just looking for an update, any messages in relation to my career.
Okay. So for Catherine, what can you tell her about her career? It feels a little bumpy. Is that what it's feeling like to you?
Has been for the last, since COVID, yes, I'm not working really.
So you're looking for a new job?
Yeah, I kind of looking to change maybe, you know, into something a little bit more reliable, but I don't know what, I don't know.
So changing into a different line of work, would that be optimal? Yeah, okay. So is there something out there that would be a good fit for her in the next 2 months? Okay, can you give us any insight into where she should be looking? I'm hearing pub. I don't know if you've looked at pubs or not.
Really? As in working in a pub?
Something to do, yeah. I don't know what you would do there, but pub comes up.
Wow, I'll look into that. That's very unusual. It's not my background at all. So
it's feeling like change is a good thing, switching things up, even if it's only temporary, to get you to figure out what you're going to do.
Okay, interesting. And just a quick question, I've been putting off going on holidays. I really could do with a break, and I don't know whether if I should go now or not.
Okay. Would it be an optimal choice for Catherine to take a holiday now? Not now. Okay. And this before the end of the year, would that be optimal? Yes. Okay. So what, like September? October? October is a good one.
Okay,
Manage it for October.
brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you. As always, you're brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Christina, what does it mean to be spiritual royalty? Am I wrong for sending healing energies to COVID patients? Why is the black dust being called the culling? Okay, so spiritual royalty. I don't have a clue about that, Christina. Let's see what they say. What is spiritual royalty? It's coming up as meaningless, Christina, because from the perspective of creator, all souls are equal. We're all perfect, magnificent, brilliant, and resplendent. So to say that one was royalty and one was not would be elevating them, right? So in that respect, it's meaningless. So I don't know if that helps. Sending healing energies to COVID patients, that can't be wrong, not at all. Sending love and healing to anybody is not wrong. And here's the thing, if you're worried about whether it's okay to send it to somebody without their permission, they don't have to accept it. You can send love and healing to anybody you want. They either accept it or they don't. So if you feel led to do it, then by all means do it. And right now we are being called as light workers to put out more love and light into the world, to get that big, massive ripple going across the planet to transform us. So whenever you feel called, just do that. It's a good thing. And the black dust called the culling. Okay. What can you tell me about black dust and culling? I'm feeling like black dust is referring to COVID, and it's sweeping across the planet like a dust storm. And it's the culling because a lot of souls have chosen to exit the planet right now. And the virus is just an easy way for them to do that. It's a convenient way to have a lot of souls go, because as Earth moves through this fourth dimensional transformation, this rebirth she's going through, that's going to mean a lot of souls are not going to participate in that. They've chosen not to be here for this challenging time that we're going through. So I believe that's what it's connected to. So let me know if that helps. Warrior Girl, no, it's not too late. So glad you could be here. So what is your question?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I was curious, and I think this plays off your last video. I've been reading this book by Dolores called Conversations with Nostradamus. And in there, he speaks about the Earth, Mother Gaia, and all the changes that she's going through. And he has a recommendation. And I was curious if it is this point in time, if Spirit or Metatron can tell us.
Okay, so for Warrior Girl, the recommendation from Nostradamus, is he referring to this time right now? Not exactly. So it's still to come. Yeah, we're not quite there yet, but it's like we're on the precipice of it. We're moving into that time. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Do you mind if I read what he recommends?
Sure, go ahead.
He says that, just like you said, it has been an accumulative effect. Once it gets to a certain point, the amount of energy it takes to undo what has been done is so much greater than letting it go ahead and work itself out. He says at this point, the best one could do is continue to work for the light and put out as much positive energy as you can to try to lessen the effects as much as possible.
Yeah, that's right in line with what Metatron has been saying, that, we're just at this point that it's now, it's time for the big transformation, and humanity is evolving to our next level. So what we're needing is more light workers to come forward to join us so that we can facilitate this transformation faster. That's the only thing that's holding us up. It's reaching critical mass.
Yes, thank you so much for letting me share that. I just read it. I just got to that point in the book. It's just synchronicity is a gift from the universe,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. You're welcome.
And I thought it coincided perfectly with the video that you shared on YouTube. So
Yeah.
for a personal question,
Sure, go ahead.
can you please tell me what my name was when I lived in Atlantis in a previous lifetime?
Okay. For Warrior Girl, what was her name when she lived in Atlantis? I'm hearing something with a T. It's like tupa, and then it kind of switched into tulip. So something in that range. It's hard to actually hear foreign names like that. Does that help?
Yes, thank you kindly.
You're
I
welcome.
And love and light. Take care.
You too. Okay, Mr. Feed or Feed?
Oh, that's just me, David.
Oh, hey, David.
Hey. It's supposed to be like a play, Mystified.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So
Um,
what's your question today?
I was just curious if any of my guys or anybody had any messages for me. I feel like they've been around me a lot more lately. And so, yeah, just curious if they have a message for me. Yeah, that's my first question.
Okay, so for David, do you have something you want to share with him today? I'm hearing cheerleaders doing that rah rah sis boom bah thing. So they're encouraging you to keep doing what you're doing and saying that, you know, they're really happy about what they're seeing that you are doing.
Good.
So what else?
Yeah, just if you see anything with my career,
Okay.
I feel like I'm due for a career change. Get away from computers.
So what can you tell David about a career change? Yeah, I feel it really deeply in the solar plexus, you know, something along the spiritual line. And you were talking about doing shamanic work, right? So have you pursued that?
Yeah, I'm right on the precipice. I'm just scared to take that leap, I think. But there's been a lot of stuff just seems to be synchronicity, I guess, or just things happening. And it just seems to all be falling into place.
It's like
strangely.
nudging you step by step here and there, you know, wherever they can get an opening to try and get you to go forward, because there's so much waiting for you. It's like this rush of energy that I'm feeling. As soon as you take that step, cross that precipice, it's time. You know, whatever you're feeling, your doubts, your fears, know that everybody does when they do something new like that. It's a leap of faith.
Well, I have, you know, my idea is I want to get out of the house that I'm in now because it's too big. We have an old cottage in Pennsylvania in the mountains. I could live there, which would be a nice retreat. And I just need to figure out how to get the monthly expenses. So if I could do something, you know, on the side to get the monthly expenses, I'd be all for jumping right into that.
Mm-hmm.
But
you know, now is the perfect time, David, because so many places are hiring. They're paying bonuses because they can't get help. So look around.
Well,
out there.
I have a job. I have a job now. So I mean, I'm employed.
That job, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that job is the hindrance that's keeping you from pursuing your spiritual work, then start looking for other things that will be the bridge to get you there.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Christina said that helps. Great. Rebecca had to run. Adelina says, thank you for sharing, Warrior Girl. Karen says, thank you. Warrior Girl said, thank you. Laura said, thank you. Have a great month and blessings. Yes, thank you. You too, Laura. Adelina, thank you for sharing your gifts and time. Have a great weekend. You too, Adelina. Susan says, thank you. Warrior Girl, one more thing. For everyone, as the law of one states, if we merge our heart chakra energy with Mother Gaia, it will help her heal quicker. So every time you think about her, send her some gold green light. Thank you. That's beautiful, Warrior Girl. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, sending love and healing energy to Mother Gaia is awesome. I mean, she's doing great. She doesn't really need us to help, but it's wonderful that we do. And all of the love and light that we send out there then gets spread. It kind of reverberates across the planet. The echo we were talking about earlier. David, you want to know if you're from another planet? I can just ask that question. I can tell you probably are, because you wouldn't be here otherwise. So David, did he originate on Earth? No, you did not. So you came from somewhere else to begin with. Shirley says thank you. Brenda says thank you. All right, I think we're at the end of our questions, gang. So let's just take a moment to bring the energy down. Say thank you to our team for bringing us together and having this amazing gathering. Thank you. We acknowledge the spirits of the North, of the East, of the South, and of the West. All of our archangels, enlightened masters, our Akashic guides and angels. Thank you for being with us today. For every single person's team collectively coming together, sharing that beautiful energy to make this gathering so very special. We thank you for that. And we ask that you would be with us and guide us through this next month as we do come into some rocky times. Help us to stay strong, to stay on the path, to have that faith and trust in each and every day as we move through sometimes treacherous days. Help us all to send our love and light to one another, to lift each other up in confidence and faith, because together we can accomplish so much more. Thank you to each and every one of you who came today, who lent your energy to this gathering. And thank you, Archangel Metatron, for being our stalwart and steady guide through all of this journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With much love and light, everyone. See you next month. Bye.